These are the minor 7th type chords on the 2, 4, 5, 6 string family, and these will be on A flat. We'll start out with basic A flat minor, A flat, C flat, G flat, and E flat. Inversion, C flat, A flat, E flat, A flat, G flat. Next inversion, which would be E flat, G flat, C flat, A flat. And the final inversion, which would be G flat, A flat, E flat, and C flat. And of course, these will be related to C flat major or B major, and also relationships of a fifth with E flat minor. There's some parallels in G flat as well. So if we start here, we can go straight across A flat, D flat, G flat, E flat, suspended chord sound, A flat, E flat, B flat, and G flat as well. Also crossing over with A flat, F, B flat, and E flat for a 6th type sound. And also this sound, A flat, B flat, A flat, F, G flat, B flat, and G flat. So it's sort of like G flat major over A flat. We'll deal with that sound more in the dominant chord section, but it's still available for minor 7. It still has that sound. Back to this, A flat, C flat, G flat, and D flat. So the top voice, the soprano moves down, and of course the G flat over A flat here, A flat, B flat, G flat, and D flat. So those chords are fine in that position. Moving forward, sort of a B flat sound there, and that's B flat, E flat, C flat, and G flat, moving to A flat. So the top voice moving. And ahead, with this voicing, we can also move the alto and soprano voices. So we have C flat, E flat, B flat, and A flat. And then, of course, dropping down the soprano to the G flat. So that's a proper B major or C flat major. And of course, any of the voicings on B work here too. You can tell that they have that kind of a sound. Also on B flat is, of course, the B flat, C flat, G flat, and D flat, sort of the B sound there. In addition to this, so they all work. Now moving ahead, we said we had this. Now, of course, this open as well, which is C flat, G flat, B flat, and A flat. And we can move the bottom voice to A flat and the top voice to G flat. C flat, A flat, B flat, and G flat. So any of these major sounds, we can hear how they relate. So this is, of course, B or C flat, G flat, D flat, and B flat. Top voice moving to A flat, tenor voice moving to F maybe, and providing an inner line like that. And that works fairly well. So those are all available. And notice that the voicings, for instance, in this sense, are moving in one direction. So all of these basic major 7s on B work and go right back down to the A flat. Now moving ahead, we have the D flat sounds as well. So we have an 11th, this D flat, sort of a B over D flat, E flat, B or C flat, and G flat. And of course, there's sort of a sound too. And these sounds can be planed. So we already saw that it was here. We can move it. And also to E flat, F, D flat, and A flat. Moving to B flat and then C flat. So they all sort of relate in that sense. So back here, we can also move ahead to this sort of a 5th sound, D flat, A flat, E flat, and B flat. And this can also kind of go up into a D flat minor as well, with that sort of planed sound. Also this, which we saw in the A flat, but this is a little more geared towards A flat minor. D flat, B flat, E flat, and C flat. So that has a definite correlation of that chord. And back to the A flat minor. So we're going back again. Now, moving ahead, just like in the major chords, we can see this kind of a sound as well, which is E flat, A flat, D flat, and C flat. So sort of a fourth sound. Retreating back to a standard A flat minor, E flat, A flat, C flat, and B flat. Voice exchange, B flat and C flat. So E flat, A flat, C flat, B flat, and C flat. And now E flat, B flat, C flat, and A flat for an added inner ninth. And then, of course, the soprano moves to D flat. And then kind of resolves nice. Very nice sounds. And they, of course, they all plane. So we have that sort of a sound, especially. We can even do that as well. And even A flat, D flat, B flat, and E flat, of course, moving down. Now here, interesting, we have the same things that held true for C flat or B flat major, or excuse me, B major work here. So E flat, B flat, D flat, and C flat. Voice exchange, E flat, C flat, D flat, and B flat. So they all have the sound. So nice voice exchange. Really nice A flat minor sounds to be had there. Now, just as in the major, where we had E flat, G, A, C, and A flat, and we could move the inner nine, we have the same thing for C flat major, G flat, B flat, E flat, and C flat, and we move the inner voice, the tenor voice, to D flat. G flat, D flat, E flat, C flat. And also, as we had that related to F minor in this sense, when we were doing the major sounds, so now it's the same thing here. And then we have A flat, B flat, E flat, and C flat. Really nice. It sounds great there. It confirms the sound. Okay, we have a sound that works from that region. You know, starting on that note. Now we're going to go back to G flat because we're doing all this planing, and we can pick it up here. So the G flat relates to the E flat minor in this sense. E flat, B flat, D flat, and A flat, which sort of works like that. And we can bring it all the way down. A flat, E flat, G flat, and D flat. So this is this chord. G flat, D flat, A flat, and F. Move it to the top voice to the E flat and planes right in for a cadence on A flat minor. So no issues there at all. So the G flat major is related to the E flat minor, like we had said before, like with chords like this. And then that's nice. And it's as though we just took this A flat minor with the 11th on top, and then we just moved the E flat, the C flat to E flat. So that's how G flat relates in more of a cadential figure. So making the connection that way. Going back to the relative major, just temporarily, all of these sounds, which work well for the major, work well for the minor, of course. So, for instance, there were a couple that are of note using the sixth, or the F in this case. C flat, G flat, B flat, and F. And we can move the alto voice from A flat to B flat, do a voice exchange. So that sort of a sound. So very nice cadential sound there. So that works very well and gives us sort of a broad range of all of the A flat minor sounds. So again, to recap, that's 2, 4, 5, 6 string family, minor seventh type chords on A flat.